Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Crypto market correcting a little bit after yesterday's rebound. Bitcoin trading right now at $31,800. And XRP, as you guys can see here, a bit of the same thing. We are still trading on low volume, so not too much volume going on right now, but we are seeing a bit of a recovery for XRP, for Bitcoin, for the rest of the crypto space. You know, if I put it here on the hourly, you guys can see that that recovery that happened yesterday, significant. We needed to get out of that dangerously low level of support, and Bitcoin was pulling up the rest of the crypto market with it. So I have XRP here on the hourly. You guys can see it did reach a high of about 59 cents, so almost 60 cents, but it is struggling to get up there now, retracing a little bit. Bringing up Bitcoin here on the hourly, you guys can see coming right out of this level here, this level of support that everybody was kind of eyeing and questioning. Boy, is it going to go lower than this? $30,000, give or take. I mean, it was hovering in and around 29,000 and change, but it did bounce right back up in there. Now it is finding support here in and around $32,000. So again, right now trading at 31,800. We'll see where it goes from here. Of course, Bitcoin, the heart of the market, it is dictating where the rest of the market goes. And for those of you guys interested in your short-term capital gains, I wanted to bring you guys this screen grab here from XRP Darren at Fame21 More here on Twitter. So this is for American citizens, and it gives you guys just a sense of how much short-term capital gains tax would be if you are a single person or married, filing jointly, or the head of the household. So it gives you guys a bit of a chart here. Now, I implore you, please, 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 do seek the advice of an accountant before you do this, because I'm not putting this up here telling you that this is it, that this is all you have to worry about. This is not accounting advice. You should always seek the advice of a professional, but just to give you guys a sense of where you could be for short-term capital gains tax, meaning if you purchase cryptocurrency and hold it for less than a year, this is where you could end up if you are making these sums. You would be getting taxed at these bracket rates. So just to give you guys a sense of that, I wanted to thank XRP Darren for pointing that out, because I think a lot of people really do need to have some numbers in mind for planning. Of course, you know, you have to pay your taxes, and so I think this is a good starting point for a lot of people. I also wanted to bring this up, guys, from Seal Nulia here on Twitter, breaking at 8 a.m. U.S. Pacific time on Wednesday, July 21st, which was yesterday. Link2 will be offering Ripple pre-IPO shares to all customers. So, guys, that just happened yesterday. I wanted to bring it up because today, it looks like they all sold out. So this was the official tweet out from Link2. With the most advanced blockchain technology for global payments, financial institutions can now expand into new markets and even eliminate pre-funding. Well, apparently they sold out super quickly, as per Ripple XRP here on Twitter. People who know Ripple is going to change the world. So these sold out within 2 hours, I believe. Hi, Link2. What is the equivalent of being an accredited investor for private investing like you have in the USA, as in Sweden? I am a Swedish citizen. How do I become an accredited investor? So there were some other people here wondering about that. I feel like this tweet thread was divided up into two topics. One was, wow, that sold out super quick. And the other one was, how do I become an accredited investor? So 2 hours, those pre-stocks, those pre-shares sold out very, very quickly. Fugitive down here saying, you know, need more, too much interest to only sell breadcrumbs. You know, this is a bit of a tease. Everybody wants to jump on the Ripple train, you know, especially us in the XRP community who have been following this for quite a while now, understanding what Ripple is doing, really realizing where this is going. I mean, yeah, I would buy Ripple stock tomorrow if it was available, but you did have to be an accredited investor for this. And I have a feeling that to be an accredited investor, you likely have to have a certain amount of net worth already. And even at that point, they are only going to allow you to invest the minimum, which I think in a lot of cases is $25,000. So you have to have kind of a set amount of net worth. They go through your entire network and give you guys a profile. Nevertheless, it's a moot point because this sold out in 2 hours. So going to keep our eye on the next offering. Thanks so much to Seal Nulia for breaking that yesterday. We also have this, guys, from James Rule XRP. All right, this is just more of the same here with regards to the Link2 early. early Ripple IPO share offering. So a lot of people were talking about this. I'll leave these both in the description of the video, both these links, all three of these links actually, in case you guys want to get more information. I'm going to keep moving forward though. This from the Cryptic Poet, guys. For those of you who are invested in Vechain, you might be interested in this. In pursuant to their vision to enable global and scalable mass adoption for public blockchain technology, the Vechain research and development team has now built Surface POA 2.0, standing for a secure use case adaptive, relatively fork-free approach to chain extension. This novel consensus mechanism was built to eliminate the weaknesses and gain the benefit of the two main consensus types, Nakamoto consensus and Byzantine fault tolerance, or BFT. With this new mechanism, the Vechain Thor blockchain is able to maximize its high throughput capability while also ensuring data finality. What this means in practice is that very high volume use cases can exist on-chain with the highest level of data security unfound in any other blockchain platforms. With this major update, our new technical model, Vechain Thor becomes the ideal open source platform for enterprises, governments, or anyone looking to build their applications on a secure, low-cost, immutable, and full-featured public blockchain. So more developments, guys, with regards to Vechain, looking to really kind of build out to kind of attract, highly scalable organizations like as they mentioned here, governments, platforms for enterprises. And I think that blockchain, we're kind of at that next level. I feel like all these companies are realizing, we can be small, we can stay small, but the money is with big enterprises scaling, transferring large volume. And so I'm glad to see this, because despite all the partnerships that Vechain has, I'm really glad to see this too, because it's not like Vechain is just sitting on their laurels. They are continuing to develop, they are continuing to enhance their product to be future ready for more projects down the road. So I thought this was great. Wanted to thank the Cryptic Poet for posting that. All the way 08 here on Twitter posted this, guys, and I'm sure you guys heard this yesterday. Stellar now wants to buy MoneyGram. That's right. Get Ripple to do all the trials and then swoop in for the takeover. MoneyGram draws takeover interest from Stellar. So here's the story. MoneyGram International, one of the largest money transfer services in the US, has received preliminary takeover interest from Stellar Development Foundation and private equity firm Advent International, according to people familiar with the matter. Now, they have chosen to remain nameless because this was not supposed to be public yet. So San Francisco-based Stellar, which oversees a network for facilitating cross-border payments, is working with Advent on a potential acquisition of MoneyGram, said the people who asked to not be identified. Representatives for MoneyGram and Advent declined to comment, of course. MoneyGram rose 11% to $11.49 in New York on Wednesday, giving the company a market value of about $902 million. The stock is up 265% in the past year. MoneyGram has been takeover targets for years now, and, I believe that Ripple could have purchased MoneyGram at some point. Of course, Ripple did invest in MoneyGram when they were partnered with them, but apparently back in 2017, Ant Group did have a deal on the table, and at some point, too, Western Union sought to acquire the company. It was last year. People familiar with the matter said at the time. So now we have Stellar looking to purchase MoneyGram through Advent International. Jungle Inc. on here commenting on this because this is an interesting development. We got to remember MoneyGram and Ripple decided to part ways because Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larson were in court due to the status of XRP, and XRP was going to be central for MoneyGram's operation. So there was that. We also know Jeb McCaleb, one of the original creators of XRP, is the head of the Stellar Foundation and XLM. So here's what Jungle Inc. says. So Ripple invests $12 million a quarter to get MGI up and running for digital assets. Jed sells XRP and uses the money to buy MGI for his foundation to use XLM in global payments. Cuggs called it. He's referring to Bubba Cuggs on Twitter. I don't know. There's no tweet to that regard. I'd love to see that Bubba Cuggs tweet. If you guys can find that for me, post it down in the comment section or tag me, DM me if I follow you in that tweet. Dictator Know-It-All down here saying, SEC may not approve because SEC damaged MGI partnership with Ripple. That's an interesting point. Could you imagine the backlash on the SEC? American Argonaut has a bit of a different point of view here. Now, it should become apparent to a lot more people. The breakup, in quotes, wasn't a breakup at all. It was all manufactured. It was a way to create two digital assets using virtually identical code to deal with two different segments of finance, all while not looking to be affiliated with one another. Bullrun Wonka agreeing with him. Gooseby here down saying down here, I still don't get how people don't understand that Jet and Ripple are on the same team. Of course, as we know it today, the crypto space is a very small world, a very small industry, and all the players know each other. We have heard David Schwartz in the past say, look, we want to make all boats rise. We want to help each other out so that the crypto space can grow, and we are not in direct competition with one another. So I could see how this theory could have some legs. Anyone that thinks MGI will achieve more success with XLM is not recognizing the greatness that is Ripple. This coming from Air Force Dave. Ripple have accumulated the best team in crypto, and I haven't heard or seen the same from the Stellar Foundation. Time will tell, I guess. I own XLM too, but XRP is king. So he is still sticking by the fact that Ripple and XRP going to be the one. I think that this is interesting though, because, when we talk about all the money and, one coin to rule them all, that is a bit far-fetched. We know there are a lot of coins in the space. And so, this idea that XRP can be for institutional and XLM could be for retail, I've heard that theory floating around. I guess time will tell. I do also want to remind you guys about this paper from the World Economic Forum just published last month, and they also right down here, I believe it was, page 17? I keep referring to this. I feel like I've been referring to this quite a bit. They do list the XRPL, which of course uses XRP, and Stellar, which is the XLM-based blockchain. So even the World Economic Forum does mention both XRP and XLM in this document. So, this idea that, one crypto for retail, one crypto for institutional, high-flowing payments, that certainly is an option anyway. Guys, I will link this tweet thread in the description if you're interested. Wanted to keep going, though, just keeping us updated on the SEC lawsuit. Crypto Law here at Crypto Law US just added to our document library supplemental authority letter from Ripple on the statement by Hester Peirce and Elad Roisman regarding the lack of regulatory clarity on digital assets and evident confusion of market participants. So you guys can read it here, linked in this tweet. Ultimately, what they're saying is this statement by two sitting SEC commissioners makes it even more clear that during the time relevant to the case, members of the public did not have fair notice of what the law requires. And if you guys didn't catch the video I did on that a few days ago, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. This letter supports Ripple's opposition to the SEC's motion to strike the fair notice defense. It follows a similar letter from Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson supporting their motion to dismiss, citing the same statements from Peirce and Roisman. So just some updates here from Crypto Law, and if you guys aren't following them, this is John Deaton's secondary Twitter account that is dealing with the Ripple case and tweeting us updates all the time. I also saw this, guys, from Mr. Intuitive with regards to this. So I feel like this is very promising. We may be very well seeking that summary judgment for Ripple. Think about it. Why did they only make motions to dismiss for Brad and Chris? Why not Ripple as well? And then he tags Jeremy Hougan in this. Am I thinking through this properly? Pretty sure the similar arguments could have been made for the entity too. Jeremy Hougan responds, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but I think Ripple did not move to dismiss the lawsuit because it wanted a 100% complete victory at summary judgment, which would provide finality and case precedent. You can win on a motion to dismiss and the lawsuit could be filed again. So in essence, summary judgment, this is what we're focused on. If Ripple wins that summary judgment, what does that mean? Does that mean the case can go to trial and Ripple can assert the fair notice defense in front of a jury? Or does it mean Ripple wins the case straight up? Jeremy Hougan responding down here, a win at summary judgment is a complete win. No trial because the case is over. So focusing on that summary judgment, and Jeremy Hougan says, look, if they win at summary judgment, that's it, game over. We've got the regulatory clarity, and that is really what's going to affect the price of XRP in a positive direction. So that is ultimately what we're waiting for, guys. And I can only imagine how much FOMO we're going to see. I mean, you thought the link to FOMO was crazy, selling out in 2 hours. I can only imagine what's going to happen to XRP price once we get that clarity. So summary judgment, a complete win. And this coming from Jeremy Hougan, right? This means that the case is over. There will be no trial. So we got to get through the deposition period. We know there is a very important deposition coming up. And guys, I also wanted to mention this because, right now the bull run looking kind of unsteady, right? Some people in the XRP community still kind of wondering, is this really a bull run? Are we really going to see higher highs, or am I just deluding myself here, guys? This is the direction we've been moving in since early 2020. How does that look to you? Does that look like it's going up, or does that look like it's going down? Now, I know these are large corrections. You know, we have seen a correction upwards of 70% for XRP, and I get it. I get that you're feeling dejected. I get that, you know, the price is low right now. Oh my goodness, did I miss my opportunity? Let me remind you, we have seen corrections like this in the past. You know, if I go back here to 2017, and, you know, when we rallied all the way up there, we came all the way back down here. Again, guys, this was a 68, 69% correction for XRP before we rebounded and made our way back up, right? The beginning of that Nike swoosh pattern before the blast off period where XRP really took off and new highs were printed. So you've got to question this. Bear market, or is the bull market continuing? Here's some positive news, guys, brought to us by James Rural XRP. It has to do with the BitWise Cryptocurrency Index Fund. BitWise Cryptocurrency Index Fund CIO predicts next major bull run with positive regulation. So you also got to remember, guys, the Ripple case is likely going to play into the regulatory clarity that we've been longing for in this market. And Matt Hougan, BitWise CIO, he's predicting this next major bull run with positive regulation. And he's not predicting it years in the future. Listen to this.
I think a little bit of perspective. The BitWise 10 index is still up 250% over the last 12 months. It's up more over the last 12 months than the S&P 500 is over the past 8 years. I agree that we're going through a little pause right now. That pause is driven by some uncertainty on how regulations are going to develop over the next 3 to 6 months. But here's the important thing. If the regulators in DC get it right, I think positive regulation could start the next major wave of a crypto bull market. So I do think this is a pause, but I think it's a pause that refreshes, and I'm excited about what comes next.
There you have it, guys, from Matt Hougan, Chief Investment Officer at BitWise Asset Management, saying that this is essentially a cryptocurrency bull run pause. We have regulators in the United States working towards regulatory clarity, and he even gave a timeline within the next 3 to 6 months. We also have Ripple in court, and that decision has not been made yet either. The judge can still go either way. But if you think about the timing of this, 3 to 6 months, bull run coming down the pipe, late 2021, early 2022, that has always been my projected timeline for the end of this bull run. That coincides nicely with the SEC and Ripple case. We're likely going to see more regulatory clarity in the United States at that point as well. So what do you guys think? Just a pause before the next leg up? Matt Hougan seems to think so, and the timing works out. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.